Are you aware that Qatar intends to cease its gas supply to Europe? Surprisingly, Europe is now in a position where it must request China's assistance to convince Qatar to continue supplying gas, while Qatar is contemplating selling its gas to China. The paradox here lies in the fact that Qatar, despite being a relatively small nation, possesses substantial energy reserves and wields remarkable influence. Their significance to Europe is such that they presently hold the title of being Europe's primary gas supplier. If they decide to shift their focus to China, it could pose a significant challenge for Europe. Stay tuned, and let's explore this together. Qatar, a small yet influential Middle Eastern nation, holds the world's third-largest natural gas reserves. Its potential shift in liquefied natural gas, or LNG supply away from Europe, is more than an economic decision. It carries significant geopolitical implications. Traditionally, Qatar has been a reliable LNG supplier to Europe, helping diversify the continent's energy sources and reduce reliance on Russian gas. Recent developments, exemplified by the Total Energy deal, signal a change in strategy, allowing for potential LNG redirection to non-European markets. This adjustment responds to various factors, including fluctuating global energy demand, evolving LNG market dynamics, and geopolitical tensions involving the US and EU. For the EU, the possible redirection of Qatari LNG presents a substantial challenge. Europe's energy landscape has been strained, especially since Russia's Ukraine invasion, prompting a quest for alternative energy sources. EU energy policies increasingly focus on diminishing dependence on Russian gas, with Qatar playing a pivotal role. The uncertainty regarding Qatari supplies may accelerate Europe's transition to renewable energy, aligning with the EU's goal of carbon neutrality by 2050. Nevertheless, short-term consequences could be severe, potentially leading to energy shortages and price hikes. The US, a major player in the global LNG market, is also significantly affected. A potential shift in Qatari gas supplies away from Europe might increase Europe's reliance on US LNG, bolstering US geopolitical influence but straining its LNG supply chain. Moreover, the US has criticized Europe's dependence on Russian energy, further complicating this relationship and possibly necessitating diplomatic negotiations to ensure European energy security. Qatar's decision, along with agreements involving Total Energies and Shell, signifies a changing landscape in the global LNG market. Long-term contracts are gaining popularity, reflecting LNG's increasing importance in the global energy mix. However, these contracts are becoming more adaptable, allowing for supply redirection based on market and political factors. This flexibility has pros and cons for importing nations. Suppliers like Qatar can maximize profits and resource leverage, but importing countries face uncertainty with sudden supply changes. Environmental concerns persist as LNG, while cleaner than coal or oil, still emits carbon. The EU's carbon neutrality goal by 2050 may clash with heightened LNG imports unless coupled with renewable energy investments. Critics challenge Total Energies and others for persisting with fossil fuels, while they argue gas is a necessary transitional fuel. Pressure mounts to expedite the shift to renewables. The EU and US must prepare for various scenarios like reduced LNG from Qatar, increased global competition, and aligning short-term energy needs with long-term climate goals. The EU may fast-track renewables, enhance energy efficiency, and diversify gas sources. The US could become a major LNG supplier, requiring infrastructure expansion and managing domestic energy demands. Qatar's potential gas supply cut to Europe is pivotal in the global energy market, impacting the EU, the US, and renewable energy transition. It underscores the intricate balance between energy security, geopolitical interests, and environmental considerations. The economic impact of Qatar potentially redirecting LNG supplies is significant for Europe, already grappling with surging energy costs and inflation. Further gas supply reductions could exacerbate these challenges, affecting industries, employment, and economic recovery post-pandemic. Qatar's strategy is economically strategic as it diversifies its customer base, maximizing LNG export revenues globally. With shifting demand dynamics in emerging Asian economies like China and India, Having the flexibility to redirect gas supplies allows Qatar to adapt to market changes effectively. Energy security is now a paramount concern worldwide, underscored by Qatar's situation. The potential decrease in Qatari gas supply highlights the risks of depending too heavily on a few energy suppliers. This realization may prompt European nations to diversify energy sources, including increasing investments in renewable energy, exploring alternative gas suppliers, and considering energy storage technologies to mitigate supply disruptions. Ensuring energy security for European allies is a strategic concern for the United States. To achieve this, the U.S. may consider expanding its LNG export capacity to offer Europe a more dependable energy supply. However, this expansion must be carefully weighed against domestic energy demands and environmental considerations. This situation carries potential diplomatic implications. Qatar's decision may strain its relationships with European nations, especially if it's perceived as undermining Europe's energy security. Simultaneously, it provides an opportunity for the U.S. to strengthen its bonds with European allies by potentially becoming a more reliable energy provider. This shift could influence broader dynamics in the Middle East, where energy resources play a pivotal role in geopolitical strategies. Qatar's move may also prompt other regional players to reevaluate their energy export strategies, potentially resulting in new alliances and partnerships. This situation underscores the urgency of transitioning to renewable energy more swiftly. Europe's reliance on imported fossil fuels, whether from Russia or Qatar, exposes the risks associated with such dependence. Accelerating the adoption of renewable sources like wind, solar, and hydroelectric power is not only essential for meeting climate goals, but also for enhancing energy security. However, this transition must be managed to ensure both affordability and reliability of energy. The potential reduction in gas supply could directly affect European consumers, leading to higher living costs, particularly impacting vulnerable populations. This situation could incite social unrest, as witnessed in past instances of energy price spikes that triggered public protests. Governments may need to intervene with subsidies or other measures to cushion this impact, but such interventions come with fiscal implications, especially in financially strained environments. Companies like Total Energies and Shell, engaged in long-term LNG contracts, face a multifaceted landscape. While securing prolonged supplies is crucial, they also grapple with pressure to align their business strategies with global climate objectives. Striking a balance between profitability and environmental responsibility, the LNG market itself is expected to become more volatile and competitive, with an influx of new players and shifting demand patterns, potentially leading to frequent price fluctuations affecting both suppliers and consumers. Do you believe that Europe should accelerate its transition to renewable energy sources in light of the potential reduction in Qatari gas supplies? What do you think are the most effective strategies for enhancing energy security while also addressing environmental concerns? Feel free to share your insights in the comments below. Join the Rebel Discovery community by subscribing and stay updated on this critical shift in global economics. As we explore these significant developments, your perspective is invaluable. Keep engaged with us.